that just like just symbolizes me just like letting go of the person. So my song Skies, I'm going to tell you guys what it was written about, but that doesn't mean that's how you have to interpret it, because again, these songs weren't written to have one meaning. They have multiple meanings, and I want you to interpret it however you want to interpret it, but this is my song, and this is what I wrote it from, like what experience I wrote it from. So it was written about a long distance relationship. That's kind of where the line comes in. Skies will bring me to you. It's kind of like no matter where we are in the world, if I look up at the sky, like you're right there next to me. It's just like no matter what, we're always together even though we're so far away. Like that's kind of what that symbolizes. Skies and skies will bring me to you. The first few lyrics, black and blue, me and you. So that's kind of like bruised and broken. Like this relationship is just a mess, but like this is what we are. Pink and red inside my head. So that's like, even though we're so messed up, like in my head it's all perfect and love, you know, pink and red, it's like love and happiness and flowers and just perfect, even though we're actually not really functional and we're not a good match at all. But when you're in love, you're gonna look past these flaws and you're gonna look past this like, you know, damaged relationship, and you're just gonna try and keep it going. The next line is, voices meet you on repeat. I'm at a loss, I feel defeat. So this just means like, even though all the voices in my head keep saying, leave this person, you need to leave this person. Like, because, you know, you're so in love, you feel defeated because you're like, I can't get up and leave this person. Like, you know, even though everything's telling me to leave, like I'm in love, so I'm just gonna stay. Okay, so then the chorus, skies will bring me to you, and all the lovers I see me and you. So that's kind of like, you know, again, touching on the fact that like everywhere I go, everywhere I see couples and stuff like that, like that's me and you. I see me and you everywhere in all the other lovers I see, if that makes sense. So it's like, you know, that's just like how we all are. We see a couple and you can like, I don't want to use the word jealousy, but it's almost like you see a couple and you feel like you miss your significant other and you miss that feeling and everything. So that's kind of like the perspective I wrote that from. And then the next verse is, white and gray we start to fade. White and gray we start to fade. Come the yellow, there goes the rain. If it were only so easy, you would be mine, you would be with me. So white and gray we start to fade. Like this relationship is just slowly going downhill and like it's gonna end, but we're just like, again, we're dragging it on. And then come the yellow, there goes the rain. So like, you know, like as soon as you're here and the sun is out, like everything's perfect and like the rain is gone, because like when that person is with you, everything seems okay. But then as soon as they leave, it's like, then you really realize the problems and you're like, oh, this actually isn't good at all. This actually isn't working at all. Why am I here? Like that's, you know, we've all been there, like super blinded, super in our own world, dragging things on that we shouldn't drag on. Like it's totally the human in us. Like we all do these things. So the bridge of the song is my absolute favorite. This is one of my favorite, I think, lyrics I've written. All shades of purple, I fought for you in this war, wanna feel something more. So that's kind of like literally like we are so broken and it's horrible, and like our relationship is just like, it's just bruised and broken and it's war and it's literally just it's blown up, like it's a disaster. But I fought so hard for you. Like I did everything I could to make it work. I put my all into it. I literally like put my blood, sweat and tears, and I kind of in the end realized I want to feel something more than this, and this is not love. This is not the situation I want to be in. This is not a thing for me. So I need to get out of this situation. But again, it's like, you know, you drag it on. I dragged it on and like I just feel like it's kind of like, it's just a part of life, and in a way it's like an amazing part of life. Like, you know, you really just see the good in people and you hold on and then finally like you come to a breaking point and you're like, okay, finally like I'm getting out of this because it's not for me. So that was my third song, track 3, Skies. So now moving on to my final song on my EP, You Don't Know. It's so funny because the order in which I wrote these songs is You Don't Know, Skies, Why Didn't You, and Silver Storm. So, that's funny. My EP is the order backwards. I didn't even realize that. Like, the order my songs in is my 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st track on the EP. That's so weird. I never noticed that. It's so cool. You Don't Know is my very first little baby. I love this song. I'm super excited for you guys to hear the acoustic version of this one because it's super different than the produced version. And honestly, I really prefer the acoustic. So I'm excited for you guys to hear that. And the song is basically about, it's about an emotionally abusive relationship. And I don't mean, like, I don't want you guys to take this to mean that I was in an emotionally abusive relationship. I would say I was in an emotionally difficult relationship. I wouldn't call it emotionally abusive because, first of all, this person did not mean to do anything wrong. So I think that's like a huge part of, like, I think emotional abuse is like manipulation and like really bad. So like really bad. But I did write this song again, like my songs have more than one meaning, and like this is to stand for those who are in emotionally abusive situations or emotionally difficult relationships that they should be walking away from. So basically this song was about a relationship I was in where this person straight up would basically like not tell me they loved me, and like they basically told me they didn't know if they loved me and stuff, and we'd been dating for a while. Like, it was really like unusual and strange, and like it was a very unique situation. But more or less the song is basically talking about how like it's like an inner dialogue, you know, it's my inner dialogue, it's my inner thoughts, and I'm basically thinking like, should I be walking away from this? Should I not be walking away from this? Because again, this person wasn't a bad person and they didn't necessarily mean to do anything wrong. So, you know, I was like, what should I do? Like, I don't know what to do here. The lyrics in the first verse are, you don't know if you love me. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be. So that's kind of like, I didn't know if maybe like it just needed more time, and like if this was totally normal, you know, like just stuff like that. The next line is, you don't know if I'm worth keeping. I don't know if I should be leaving. So to me, it felt like this person like wasn't valuing me, wasn't like really appreciating me for like who I was, you know, like, because I was like, how do you not know how you feel? It's been so long. It's kind of weird, right? So the pre-chorus is, you don't want to talk and I'm not breathing. All of these moments are fleeting. So basically that's just saying like this person literally did not want to talk. Like when we were fighting, this person would just stay silent, quiet, like nothing, like just wouldn't talk to me. And like in a way, I do think that's like a component of emotional abuse and an emotionally abusive relationship, because it's like when someone refuses to communicate with you and refuses to have a conversation and just sits there in silence, like literally you are, you know, at a dead end. Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? It's just really hard. And like, you love them again, so you stick around, like just stuff like that. It's just hard. Relationships are hard, but you just keep going until you find the right one, you know what I mean? And then the chorus is, we are so far away, I can't hear anything. Silence so loud, it's deafening, threatening, just like you. So basically this plays on two things. The first thing is, we're so far away, I can't hear anything because you're not talking to me. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation with you and you're just like, the distance between us metaphorically is so vast that it's just like, woo. But it also talks about the long distance relationship I had. And, you know, that was partly made me feel like, oh, maybe this was part of the problem. Like, we're not able to communicate because we're not close. But then I realized it wasn't the distance, it was the person. So distance is never a factor in a relationship. Like, I don't believe that. Like, I feel like you can work around distance if you have the right person. Yes, it's so hard. And like with my boyfriend now, like we wouldn't even do long distance. Like, we would totally, like, if one of us moved, we'd just move. Like, we're at a place where we can sacrifice that. We would sacrifice that, you know what I mean? Like, we'd move and we'd figure it out. Like, we're not doing long distance. We never will do long distance, hopefully. And if we have to, then we'll figure it out and we'll work on it. But I know this person has really good like communication skills, like my current boyfriend, and like nothing would ever like get in between us. Whereas if you have someone that can't communicate, if you have someone that can't express their emotions, stuff like that, you literally, it's really difficult to be in a long distance relationship with someone who's already at a distance with you, even like when you're in close proximity with them, if that makes sense. Verse 2 of this song is, you don't know if you want me. I don't know if things are changing. You don't know if something's missing. I don't know if there's fixing. So basically this is me just saying, like, I don't even know if this person truly wants to be with me. You know, that's how I was feeling at the time. And I was like, I don't know if things are gonna change or if they're gonna stay like this. I don't know if we just need more time. I think that was always in the back of my head. Like, do we need more time? Do we need more time? You know? You don't know if something's missing. I don't know if there's fixing. So like, I think I got the impression that this person was missing something in our relationship and maybe wasn't like 100% sure about it, but I was super wrong because I think, again, this situation was very specific, but I think the song's relatable because people can definitely relate. Like, when people act like, you know, maybe they're not acting like they're gonna super commit to you and like you're gonna be their wife, because like they're kind of like on the fence and they don't know if they really want to be with you. They don't know if something's missing. But my conclusion was like, I don't know if I can fix you. I don't think I can. I don't think anyone can really fix anyone. I don't think anyone should try and fix anyone. So that line, I don't know if there's fixing, like that's what that is. It's like, I don't think I can fix you. Like, that's it. Then the next part, you never want to talk. What are we doing? That's just like building on before, like how this person literally didn't want to talk. And like a lot of people like withhold communication or just can't communicate. And like, that's such a toxic part of a relationship. Like if someone's treating you like that, like really and truly, you should walk away. Easier said than done. Obviously, like it takes some time to get out of a bad situation. It's hard. It's really hard. But at the end, hopefully we do what we have to do and what we need to do to just keep ourselves sane, you know? Oh my god, okay, so I love the bridge of this song. You're not my responsibility anymore. You're not mine anymore. So that just like just symbolizes me just like letting go of the person. Like, you're not my responsibility. Like, weight lifted off my shoulders. Like, I no longer have to take care of you. I no longer have to fix you. Like, I'm free. Like, I'm no longer this person's like caretaker. Because in a way, like, when you're with someone who can't communicate their feelings, can't be emotional, can't be supportive, like you feel like you're kind of teaching them. You feel like they're your responsibility. There's this like big weight on you, and it's like relationships should never feel like that. Relationships should be easy and smooth and just like smooth sailing, really. Like relationships, when they're good and when they're right, they're easy. Believe me, like I've been there, I've been through it all. When it's good and when it's right, it's easy. You're not suffering, you're not struggling, you're good. You're not mine anymore. It's just like, you're not mine, like somebody else can now deal with that. Like, I'm walking away from the situation, and like in my situation I felt bad for this person because again, it wasn't their fault. They just like, I just don't think they understood this. They were not ready to commit fully. They were not ready, like not even okay, I don't want to say not ready to commit because he was ready to commit. It's just like he wasn't mature enough. He just couldn't, and I don't mean mature in the standard way either. He just, okay, I'm not going to talk about this situation because my situation is very unique and I don't want to like, it is a private situation, so I don't want to give out too much information about it. But at the end of the day, like, it wasn't meant to be. And this song is probably the most explicit out of my songs, I would say, because this song is like really, really about that person. But at the same time, like, it is just like, people go through this, like emotionally abusive relationships, people that don't communicate, people that don't treat them properly, the feeling of being with someone right next to them yet so far away. I feel like that's a really common theme in relationships when they're not right. Yeah, so that is my EP, Silver Storm. All 4 songs kind of explain to the meaning behind all of them. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if there's any questions you guys have and I'll answer them about my songs. I hope you guys enjoyed my EP. If you haven't listened to it yet, I will include a link in the description bar. So listen to that if you haven't yet, and then maybe this will all make some sense to you. I am coming out with a new song soon. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you later. I'll be posting my next video Sunday at 9. Love you guys. Bye.